Sorry for the long start. I was trying to type it in the chat, Sean. I've been seeing this clip everywhere, and I could not. I'm sitting here typing. I'm like, bro, why can't we find it all of a sudden? It's everybody else talking over it. But I'm gonna load it up in a second. Real takes over fake the base. We are live, back at it again. Appreciate everyone watching. I want to shout out the sponsor of the show, Swift Energy. Use code RTOFD to get 20% off any order that you have. Sean, what's going on? Besides me not doing a good job as Dora the Explorer to find this clip of Brandon Staley, how you feeling, brother?
Man, I'm good, SB. How you doing, man? I know it was a rough weekend for the Chargers, and but that said, Bulls did get a big win on Saturday night against the Heat. So
we finna beat y'all again too. Yeah, I'm waiting. I want to talk spicy to you, about it, but
2 in a row. I mean, might happen.
We was down 18-1.
Yeah. I mean, listen, all props to y'all for coming back, but the new street beats tonight. So
yeah. But Sean, so now I kind of found a short of it, so we can do this. Load this up. So obviously, a lot of things been going on in the news. Brandon Staley, still terrible coach. The Jets got things going on. Shaq and LeBron James have something going on together, which could be big. The Bulls game is on, and that's pretty good for me, obviously. But sometimes, Sean,
and we got the Super Bowl rematch tonight on Monday Night Football, which I know.
Oh yeah,
that's the game I have on. It's gonna be a good one, hopefully.
I gotta watch the Bulls game, unfortunately. So
unfortunately,
I have to.
90s Bulls game, but
yeah. I mean, if I was wasn't doing shows and have to know what I'm talking about my team, then I probably would skip it and watch the Chiefs and Eagles game. I might have to catch highlights here and there.
Yeah, but all good.
Yeah, but before I pull this up too, I want to salute to the chat because they got the short right there. Salute to the chat real quick. Tiffany in the chat. She says, salute Sean SB. Next Sunday night, SB the Ravens. Everyone please hit the like button to come in. Shout out Nicholas Brown, always in here. Salute Chris. He's in the building. Your GOAT, of course, in the building. Buffalo fan is in the building. Appreciate you, bro. We're gonna have to do an episode talking about the Buffaloes, or at least a video about the Buffaloes. I think they're fine, Sean, but I think the problem is that everybody got this notion that Deion Sanders is leaving, and Stephen A is part of that problem, creating these false rumors. Now it's ruining recruits. I think we go out to talk about that because I don't think them losing them last couple games have no reason why recruits are not committing to the school no more. I think it's because everybody think Deion leaving, or they think he at least leaving once his sons leave.
Right. Yes, and it's funny you say that, SB, because I want to bring something up real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. So we had a clip that went viral, and we had a lot of people comment on the clip, and people are calling us fans. We just fans and blah 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 and all this other stuff. Okay, so this is not to put us out, put you on blast, or put myself on blast, SB. But what a lot of people don't know is that both of us have actually received formal media training.
Yes.
Right. So yes, we are fans, as most members of the media are fans, but we've actually been formally media trained, which is why we do things the way we do, right? So, just real quick, I want to just put that out. Yes, we are fans, but we didn't just wake up and be like, "Hey, we're gonna do this one day." We actually got both of them trained in some form or fashion.
My teacher was the guy who got Stephen A where he's at. He was one of the first people to get Stephen A where he's at. He helped train him. So yes,
but
we had to put that out there though, for sure. We definitely got to talk about that though, because at some point, great weekend for the Lions. Forget the Pistons. Yeah, MC Roberts, we lie. Deion leave because it's a package deal, possibly. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the show, Sean. So, a lot of people had choice words about my team's coach, which he's well deserving. Then he had a clip that went crazy because Coach Brandon Staley snapped back at a reporter But say, can you stop asking me that question? I guess ask a question about the defense, because how could you have this talent of a defense, not managing the payroll of this defense, and be one of the worst defensive teams in the league? But let's get into that clip glass first, and then we're going to talk about it.
You can stop asking that question, okay? I'm going to be calling the defenses, okay? So we're clear. So you don't have to ask that again. You can stop asking that question.
Okay, Sean. What is your initial reaction to this?
So obviously he's showing that he's not prepared to deal with the immense pressure that comes with under, right? You know, I understand, especially after the heat of a game or whatever, a lot of coaches, a lot of players aren't necessarily, at their best because they're coming down or still on the, coming down from the emotion of losing a game or whatever. If you play sports, if you love it, it takes a minute for you to really get back to yourself. That said, Brandon Staley got the job because he had one great season with Aaron Donald and with Ramsey and with Sean McVay. That's why he got the job. He, outside of that one season, did nothing that said, I am worthy, I am ready, and I can handle this job in this market with this team. I know a lot of Chargers fans were not fans of Anthony Lynn, and not to say that Anthony Lynn didn't have his flaws, but this is worse than Anthony Lynn.
Yes.
This is worse than Anthony Lynn. And Tom Telesco and the Spanos family, they have to make a change after this season. This cannot continue. I am not, and I don't ever advocate for anybody getting fired, because I certainly don't want to advocate me getting fired.
Agreed.
But, we know Black Monday is a very, very serious thing, and we're probably going to see 6 or 7 head coaches get fired this offseason, and Brandon Staley should be right there with them. It is as simple as that.
I think it's time to let him go now. And then, Sean, this is where my problem comes in there too, because, and I'm gonna try my best to avoid the race thing. I'm not going to even make it a race thing, because that's another element of the problem that we have too. This guy has not been proven in no other situation. He had one great year. Even I fell for the fool's gold too. When we first talked, I was like, yeah, man, he struck the defense. Because I'm like, you can't really mess it up. I seen what he can do when he has talent. I didn't question. I probably had questioned if we didn't have no talent. I'm like, bro, we got the talent on defense, so we're going to be good. All he care about is defense. But like I said, I'm not going to make it a race thing. I'm going to just make it on the point of his experience. I've been seeing coaches who had great years, not years, and do not get an opportunity. All of a sudden, this man led a defense led by Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey, and all of a sudden he get the keys to the one of the most talented defenses in the league right now. And we know the Chargers don't have a problem with paying nobody, because this is the second highest payroll on defense. So they literally wanted to make it easy for Justin Herbert to do his job, because he is a great quarterback. Yes, but now let's get to our defense so good that all you have to do is manage the game. And then since you can do more than manage the game, we're going to be elite at a bigger level, because we are in the same division as the Kansas City Chiefs. So you have to go big, and you have to go all out on your defense, because I don't care who you are at quarterback. I love Justin Herbert. He got talent, but not too many quarterbacks going to win a shootout against Patrick Mahomes. If I was a betting man, I'm going to take Patrick Mahomes 98% of the time. So I just think that him not being, you cannot get mad at a reporter doing his job. That's first. This is one thing people got to understand too. For players, coaches, anybody, when you get mad at reporters for doing their job or putting out these stories, they have a job where they have to do, and they have to make sure their family eat. Do you think they want to ask you these questions or write these stories to make you mad about them? No, they have to do their job. Hey, look, it's either you or me. You ain't going to feed my family, so I got to write this story. Or I got to ask you this question, because that's what the corporation that you work for want. at the end of the day. And you as a coach, knowing that's part of your job, you cannot get mad when you're playing like poop and you are a defensive specialist and you got one of the worst defenses in the league on the highest payroll. Now, shout out to another great defensive coach, Rex Ryan, had some harsh words to say. Was it get up? It was get up.
We was gonna get up this morning.
Yes, on get up, right? He said Chargers head coach Brandon Staley needs to go back into Division III where he belongs. And so, Sean, I did my little research and salute everybody in the chat. I don't have a chat up on this side, but salute everybody in the chat. I did my research, right?
Yeah.
So if you type up Brandon Staley,
his coaching history.
Coaching history, Wikipedia. I know sometimes Wikipedia is not always a good thing to go to because if you know what you're doing, you can edit and write anything on. I remember it was like a phase of that you was doing it, but Wikipedia is like, you know what I'm saying, a solid source. You know what I'm saying? If you want to know somebody's history, you would write about them. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Let me move this banner real quick so everybody can see in the chat. Okay. As a coach, he started off in Northern Illinois as a graduate assistant. That's cool. St. Thomas, went to a defensive line coach and a special teams coach. Went to Hutchinson CC as an assistant head coach and defensive coordinator. He went to Tennessee as a graduate assistant. John Carroll as a defensive coordinator, secondary coach. James Madison as a defensive coordinator, linebacker coach. Then went to John Carroll, defensive coordinator, secondary coach. Then he was an outside linebacker coach for the Chicago Bears. That's when he made his break into the NFL. Outside linebacker coach. Then went for the Broncos. Then went to the Rams for 1 year as a defensive coordinator. And then got a head coaching job to the Chargers. What about this resume that sticks out to you and say, I should get a head coaching job after 1 year run? Because a lot of people looking at these schools, any school that kind of got a name, he was just like a graduate assistant. Like James Madison is just trying to get into D1C right now. John Carroll, D3. I think both John Carroll is both D3. And then he went back to John Carroll too, so he must have been doing bad in James Madison. Hutchinson CC, D3, Northern Illinois. I believe Northern Illinois is D1, but he was a graduate assistant. Chicago Bears outside linebacker coach. Does that stem from how you get to be an offensive outside linebacker coach 2 years and go right to a defensive coordinator that fast?
I mean, it's who knows you, right? And it's the Sean McVay thing, right? How many guys over the last few years got jobs just because they were attached to Sean McVay?
A lot.
So, and he was the one who got on the defensive side who got the job.
I feel your pain, brother.
And at the end of the day, like you said, there's other guys for a fact should have gotten an opportunity or even gotten a second opportunity because this ain't it. And again, everybody's always trying to hit. Let me tell you something. There's only one Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin was the defensive coordinator 1 year in Minnesota before he became the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Before that, he was in Tampa as the secondary coach. And before he became the secondary coach, he was the assistant DB coach in Tampa. And before that, he worked in college. But he was always one of those guys that everybody kept saying, hey, this guy, he's got something. He's got that it factor. He's got that. Those are 1 in a million. Most of these guys have to cut their teeth for a very long time before they get a chance to be head coaches. And again, the problem is again, it would be different if say, okay, the Chargers offense wasn't good, defense is playing well or whatever. This is your supposed side of the football, right? This is where you're supposed to make
the expertise at.
This is where your bread and butter was made. This is why you got this job, because you coordinated a Super Bowl winning defense led by Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey.
Allegedly.
And you have Bosa, you got Matt, Derwin James, Kenneth Murray, Asante Samuel Jr. I mean, The list goes.
And JT Jackson, but
and you had JT Jackson, who again, I'm not even including him because he looked like a one-year wonder that got paid. So I'm not even going to include him. And for the last couple of years, you kept saying, "Oh, well, we just got to get healthy. Just got to get healthy." You've been basically healthy this year. Your defense is the second highest payroll defense in the NFL, and yet you're the 25th ranked defense in the NFL.
That's what I'm saying. That's the problem for me. Because it ain't like, and they usually do it about the Chargers where they don't want to spend no money. They actually went out and spent the money and gave you every piece you need. I feel like even if we was the talent that we have on this team, even if he coach bad, he should at least keep him at middle of the pack because we got too much talent.
Right.
It's too much talent on this defense at all. Like we should be top with Bosa and Mac rushing the quarterback. We should easily be top 5 in getting to the quarterback. With the coverage guys, with even Derwin James too. He rushes good too. Even with some of the coverage guys we got, we should at least be top 10 in the coverage. But we bottom at all that. And honestly, we are the worst in coverage. Because how do I look at it? We got Asante Samuel Jr. We got Derwin James. We had J.C. Jackson, he's a one-hit wonder or not. We had him. And we are terrible in coverage. Terrible. Then we got Bosa, Khalil Mack, and we can't stop the run. He just like give or take. Everybody get a career night against the Chargers every time.
Yeah, well, listen, every defensive lineman I've had the pleasure of knowing, they all say the same thing. Front end works with the back end. So a lot of times it may not be the coverage on the back end. It may be you're not getting the pressure because the front end works with the back end. It may be the front end is getting pressure, but the back end isn't holding up their end of the bargain. So it could be a mixture of those two things. What I can say is that I haven't had a chance to break down game tape and really look at it, SB.
Oh my God, you don't want to look at that game tape.
Thematically, it's not working.
No.
And again, this is your side of the ball. And, and again, you get tired of the questions all you want, but when you keep getting the same results, the questions are going to keep coming. So you can't get mad with the media member for asking you the question.
Yep. And then it's like your style of football don't work because he plays it like it's Pop Warner football or high school or D3 type of football because you get questions like that. Like you have not made any adjustment to fix so many blown coverages on defense. Every time we play a quarterback, he gets a career night. They literally was finna ride Jordan Love out of town. Now they calling him the next Aaron Rodgers again. Now they say, "Oh, we might got our guy again." Then find a way to get to the quarterback. If the coverage is getting blown, well, find a way not to give quarterback time. How he's adjusted to that? How he sent different schemes to send different blitzes on different sides? No, he has not. Okay. If we see that our defense is not good enough, I will put Justin Herbert in a better situation to score easier or make our offense better where we do have better time of possession where we don't give the other team more time to actually score on us. So maybe we should add more different runs to the our offensive scheme set or find a way to do a lot of short passes here and there to keep the possession longer. So then Justin Herbert don't have to get down there, score quick, and then get right back on the field after he scored, or we go 3 and out and they still go down and score again because you're not going to win in the shootout if our defense give up every time we get up on the field, and then Justin Herbert will score every other occasion. I don't care how good of a quarterback you is. You ain't every night going to go and it's not going to go in your favor because Chargers put up points. Every game they lose by like 3 or 7 points. And it could be 30-point game, 40-point game, 20-point game. I done seen them lose all type of high-scoring games, Sean. So I think the man lost the locker room. I think the players don't believe in him no more. I don't believe in him no more. And I'm ready. I'm done with Staley. Honestly, they could pack Staley bags now. And I'll take a chance with an interim head coach.
Yeah.
So that's me for that
one.
Yeah. Speaking of another situation that's going on, because it's time for a change. Also, one thing too, Joey Bosa, news just dropped. He's headed to the IR with a sprained foot because, like you said, people allowed to bring up a lot of injuries. Oh, maybe he was just hurt. No, injuries is the void of excuse because we, like you said, Sean, we have been healthy. They spent the bag. We have been healthy. It was at a point in time they were saying that our division supposed to be one of the best divisions in football. Only person that have showed up in our division is the Kansas City Chiefs. Everybody else was a void of looking terrible. On to the next one. Jets bench Zach Wilson to start Tim Boyle. Boyle. I said it wrong. Boyle. At QB versus Dolphins. Sean, do you like this move? Do you hate this move? When I look up Zach Wilson numbers real quick, Zach Wilson stats.
Yeah, hopefully your computer doesn't blow up when you pull up those trash numbers. I mean, this should have happened a long time ago. The truth is, the Jets made a mistake after Aaron Rodgers got hurt by not signing a veteran quarterback to come in and to at least learn the system and to be ready to play if Zach Wilson struggled.
Yep.
The whole plan. So this was the whole plan for the Jets, and this is what people really need to understand. When they brought in Aaron Rodgers, the plan was for Zach Wilson to sit behind Aaron Rodgers for 2 years, learn, and then in a couple of years
he'll be ready
to take over. This is the third time he's been benched in 13 months.
Yeah.
He's done it with the Jets. He's
done. Yeah, he's done.
It's over. And obviously, they're saying Aaron Rodgers is going to try to be back Christmas Eve or whatever. At this point, don't come back. Don't come back. It's over. It's over. Right?
Do they got their pick for this year, or they trade this pick in the Aaron Rodgers trade?
I believe they have their pick for this year because the pick was conditional based on the number of snaps Aaron Rodgers played and if they made the playoffs.
And they probably not going to do neither one.
They probably will not make the playoffs. In my mind, yeah, I'm with you. Don't come back. And again, Zach Wilson's done. He's probably going to end up as a backup somewhere next year. Hopefully behind a solid veteran quarterback. He'll still be on an NFL roster.
Yeah.
But the fact is that he's just not that guy for the Jets long term.
Yeah. I should have known. Remember when we was first talking about this draft, and I was like, Sean, man, this kid Zach Wilson, he got the cannon of an arm. I fell for the trap. He had the head, man. I'm like, Sean, he got the bravado, everything. The Jets got everything he need. I'm telling you, Sean, he gonna be the one. Boy, was I wrong. I know you did because you said he played for BYU, and that does count for who you play against, because even the same thing could be said for Trey Lance. But we're gonna wait and see on Trey Lance when Dak Prescott, mess up consistently and Trey Lance there. We're gonna see. Because Trey Lance went to North Dakota State, right?
North Dakota State, yeah.
He was like, yeah, watch who because the competition when you play against, that does kind of matter. And you see that sometimes. That,
and again, the biggest question for the Jets have never developed a franchise quarterback.
Yeah,
They never have. Everybody says, Joe Namath. Joe Namath was an average quarterback who made a great prediction that came true.
Yeah,
he was an average quarterback. Look at the numbers, right? And again, that's all. And again, I think the problem is that it's not always the talent. It is often where do you go? Where do you go? We say this all the time, and I know at this point it's very cliche. If Patrick Mahomes gets drafted by the Bears instead of Mitchell Trubisky, we're not talking about Patrick Mahomes the same way we talk about him now.
Yeah, it'd be funny that Patrick Mahomes would be Mitch Trubisky. It'll be like Bizarro World. That'd be crazy. It'd be the opposite way around. Mitch Trubisky went to the Chiefs. Now he's the Mahomes of the league, and Mahomes is the Mitch Trubisky, because that would have happened. Patrick Mahomes on the Bears would have been Mitch Trubisky. Same thing would have happened.
Right. So, it matters where you go. It's not just your talent. It's where do you get to apply that talent when you get the chance to apply it.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, Zach Wilson's done in New York. Good luck to him next year as the backup quarterback, and probably the Raiders.
Probably somewhere on the Raiders, because I think out of all positions, the quarterback is the most important. It depends on where you go. And that's why we see that like Caleb Williams is trying to force himself to where he wants to go in certain situations, which I don't blame him, because if you go in a bad situation as a quarterback, you could look bad. And they know what the franchise is going to do, blame you. Of course, it's those one in a million type of guys who look good in any situation. Like when RG3 first came in the league, he looked nice. He just played bad till he got injured. You know, Cam Newton looked good with the Panthers, but it was still variance in those situations that helped them out. Maybe the coach they got played to their play style. Maybe they brought some of their plays from college in. And that's when you got good steps and knowing where you're going to be in a good situation. Because even with the Chargers, when Justin Herbert first started, they started bringing some stuff he did in Oregon just to get him comfortable. Now, I think like positions that you probably, it don't matter what situation you go in, maybe a running back, maybe a receiver, maybe an end, you know, offensive lineman. That's it. But like quarterback, it does. Your situation does matter.
Good. You know, I've never run this down for you, SB, but I think there are 5 things that have to be in place for a young quarterback to be successful.
Okay.
When you draft them in the NFL.
Wait, what you got?
All right. So the first thing is stability at the ownership level.
Okay. Agreed.
Second thing, stability in the front office, and I'm gonna add stability with the coaching staff.
Agreed.
The third thing is a willingness to build a system around their skill set.
Chicago Bears take notes because y'all not doing that with Justin Fields.
Yes, not this thing of you're going to fit into our system. Is no. Let's build a system around what you do well. That is the third thing. The fourth thing, a strong running game. Strong game.
Even forget about the run game. You need it.
Yes, a strong running game. And the last thing is you need at least a top 15 defense.
Agreed.
At least a top 15 defense. If you don't have that, don't have those 5 things, it's not going to be good.
Yeah, I agree. Because even with where does the Texans rank right now as the defense?
That I'm not sure.
Because they not bad. I mean, I ain't saying they're elite. Let me see. Are you looking it up? Go ahead and look it up. But because I'm saying I know they ain't bad. Because I'm like, certain situations could be different, but I think the Texans, as we see with CJ Stroud, I think the Texans check all of them boxes right now. Is that a perfect example? Even though I know the coach is new, but he seems like he's establishing a great foundation as a head coach. I love their coach. CJ Stroud is looking nice with their team. And if their defense is on point, I think CJ Stroud is a perfect example.
Yeah.
And they got lucky with CJ Stroud because they wanted Bryce Young.
Right now, they are in terms of points allowed. They are among the top 15 in points allowed. Yeah, so it matters.
It matters.
Show me, and I tell you all the time. Everybody was like, "Oh, that quarterback's trash. That quarterback pass." Don't tell me the quarterback's trash. Show me what's going on around the quarterback, and that'll tell me everything, right? Because again, as I always tell you, SB, when you draft a quarterback and you saying this is our guy, this is the guy we're investing in, you better make sure your organization is ready and tight to deal with that. Because if not, it is not going to be good. You change head coaches, that quarterback's on the clock.
Yep.
The new head coach, that's not their guy. They didn't draft him. You change GMs, that's not their guy. They didn't draft them. You change ownership. That ownership group has no ties to that quarterback.
They want their quarterback. So I agree with that.
Again, you have no running game.
You're done.
You don't have at least a top half defense. Top 10 would be ideal, but I'm saying at least top 16, top 15, top 16 defense. You're done.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So anyway,
now speaking of run game and offense not looking so good, running back of the Steelers, Najee Harris, is tired of the offensive struggles of the Steelers. He said, "I am tired of this bleep," and now I'll let you guys fill in the bank for that What was your reaction to this with Najee? I actually agree with Najee. And then what was your reaction to Najee saying this? And then what could really the Steelers do to fix their offense at this point?
Well, I think two things. Number one, he's not wrong. They are the above 500 team that has no business being above 500.
Shout out Mike Tomlin.
It's Mike Tomlin
and that
defense. And they've hit a couple big plays here and there, but they've also got smacked by a couple teams. The Texans smacked, So they are a bit of an anomaly. Are they a playoff team? I don't know if they are. Don't know if they are.
And, because the Bengals got hurt, so that's probably will help them, but I doubt it.
Yeah, and again, I have had a chance to watch a little bit of film on them. Their offense is very bland. There's not a lot of motion, not a lot of shifts, not a lot of crazy design. I know Najee Harris is their running back. Jalen Warren, the backup running back, looks better in that offense than Najee Harris, who they spent the first round pick on. George Pickens, he barely gets targeted. He's their best receiver. He barely gets targeted. There's a lot of issues. I think obviously, depending on how this season plays out, Mike Tomlin's not going anywhere. Let's get that out of the way right now. He's not going anywhere.
Oh, no.
Yeah. The Steelers don't fire head coaches.
No.
So he ain't going anywhere. However,
he earned his keep anyway, though, so he ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. However, Matt Canada, the offensive coordinator, I think he's gone. I don't think there's any way they bring him back. And I think the other thing they have to do is they have to bring in a veteran quarterback to challenge Kenny Pickett. You cannot anoint Kenny Pickett as your starter next year. I think Kenny Pickett has 22 starts. I think he has 22 starts, SB. I think he only has 13 touchdown passes. It's like
his whole career.
It's like some crazy number. It's like it was some crazy number, or he has less touchdown passes than starts. Something with him.
Yes, his whole career, bro. Wow, this is terrible. He has for his career 13 touchdowns and 13 interceptions. Yeah, he's the embodiment of mid. God.
He's got 22 starts.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
you got bad. 4 quarters to score, and you can't. Jesus,
you can't average a touchdown pass to start.
Yeah, no, that's bad. And I don't think Kenny Pickett just trash, but you got to show something. The offensive coordinator is bad, yes. But I'm not saying he's on level with Justin Herbert, but I'm just going for the bad coaching part. Justin Herbert got one of the most terrible coaches in the league, and he still found ways to put up buckets. You got to find a way to score. Or if you feel like the offensive coordinator ain't working like you do what you did that time when you called your own number on the play and ran the streak. If you see something, show your skill set, because now while the building burning down and they said who set the building on fire on the offensive side, they're gonna say blame Matt Canada, and you gonna be along with him because you are the extension of him. You the quarterback. Right. So if you got to start calling your numbers hey man, this play trash. All right, look, run an audible, do something different. If you see something, because like you said, you got to they're going to bring a vet in to challenge him, or they just going to wait till this draft come and draft another quarterback, because there's a lot of quarterbacks in this draft. Now, would the Steelers get a high enough pick to get maybe Penix or Caleb Williams? No. But it's the Bo Nix and the other kid, you could probably go get one of them.
Well, first of all, I wouldn't touch Bo Nix if I were an NFL team. I wouldn't touch him. Because I saw Bo Nix for years at Auburn. He was awful.
So
that's the first thing. Second thing is I don't think the Steelers should spend a pick on a quarterback. They've got to get a veteran quarterback, even as a young veteran, to come in and say, hey, listen, we need you to come in and challenge for this starting job. We're going to give you a fair chance to win this starting job. You beat out Kenny, the job is yours. Okay. Who that guy is, I'm not going to say.
I don't know.
Because there's a couple guys I think will be on the market that nobody expects to be on the market. That said,
who are you thinking? I want to hit this now. Who are you thinking?
That could be on the market in the offseason.
Winston?
I don't know if Winston will leave New Orleans. But I mean, he would make some sense if he did. I think, listen, I would even, and again, I think this might be a bit of a stretch. It might be Jimmy G.
Oh God, no!
Because I think again, it's you're just saying you just got to beat out Kenny Pickett, right?
That's not hard.
It's not. It doesn't seem to be hard right now because we just saw the numbers: 22 starts, 13 touchdown passes, to 13 interceptions. That is not good. So who is it? It's really hard to say, but I would say if I were the Steelers, that's one of my number one priorities in offseason is to get a veteran quarterback to come in and challenge Kenny Pickett for that starting job. I don't think you go into next season with Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett has not shown you he deserves the anointing of being your starting quarterback for 2024 without challenge and competition.
Right. I get that he's from Pittsburgh and he's the hometown kid, but if it ain't working, it ain't working. Sometimes you gotta let the hometown kid go or sit them down and let them learn from somebody. That might be the next best thing for them to do.
Might be.
Right, B. Hold on, let me check the chat too, because I know we're seeing comments in here. He said, demand a trade and sit out. Salute bang in it. Salute bang. Salute bang. Bang is in the chat. Eagles sacked Mahomes already.
Yeah. KC is up 7-0 though, but the Eagles are
making business. I know we talked about that. Like, they're not gonna sack Mahomes, but whatever. Let's switch over to the hardwood, Sean. The new dynamic duo. Matter of fact, hold on. Wait, Sean. Wait, Sean. I had to wait because we stirred up a little bit of controversy because let's go ahead and get to what I really want to talk about. Let me move this story up. Because at first we could leave chat and SGA there for a second. We got to talk about two things that made you start some controversy over. So obviously you seen episode 31. We dropped a couple clips on the episode. We was talking about Iverson and Jordan and who meant more to the NBA culturally. A couple clips that went off, Sean, especially on Instagram. A lot of people had a lot of things to say. Hold on, let me load up my IG for a second, and I can probably. Matter of fact, where my phone? That's even better. My phone to be quicker. Okay, well, let's not play any music though. So let's see a couple comments that we done got from these videos, right, Sean? Some people was mad, some people was upset. So let me see. To do this, where's the one that was going crazy? Wow, somebody said, "Wow, Al, bringing the hip hop culture to the NBA was the biggest mistake ever. Bring back man in suits, not being dressed by I can't say that word on the air, but
yes.
blank fashion designers. You get to put two and two together, dressing these men in these tightest and most flamboyant clothes. Stop it. No, AI got nothing to do with these runway model NBA players of today. Don't put that on Chuck jacket. And then now, with some people was having problems with the tape. Sorry, SB, but I'm gonna disagree. Before Jordan sneakers wore just basketball shoes, after he came into the scene, they were fashion, movies, commercial brands, etc. It's Mike. He was the first one. You tripping. His hair, baggy shorts, swag, etc. is Jordan. The rules of the game, etc. You do know he wore baggy shorts first, right? He said, dumb. This is a dumb take. This sums it up. Let me see. Go. Hold on, yeah. Oh, yeah, this one right here. Hold on, wait. Jordan. Hold on, wait. He said, look at the way he talked about Jordan not impacting the game. Can you imagine? And go watch his clip. That guy was a beast. He was the messiah of basketball. Iverson was off the hook, and I guess this guy is from the 2000 born. I mean, if I was born in 2000, when I'd be like 1 or 2 years old, I actually watched Allen Iverson play. Bro gave zero facts as to why AI is such an impact on the culture of basketball. This is dumb. I heard Michael Jordan made casual basketball fans. Also, the highest viewed finals are MJ. He made Jordan Brand $1 billion off the industry, and you taking Iverson over MJ's impact. Not to mention, Iverson wanted to be Mike. Man, this is just a dumb take. No thought in it at all. That's man. Somebody told me shut my country self up. I didn't know I was country. I got country roots though. He said you tripping so hard, don't know anything about the 90s. They was mad at me, Sean. Then when you or yours, when I clipped yours, you said MJ walked so AI can cross up that fool. Somebody said middle finger MJ is AI indeed. I'm like, all right, y'all going crazy. So that was a couple comments on. I didn't want to read too many because it was pretty hard, pretty harsh. But yeah. So what was your reaction to seeing all the comments from the AI video?
Yeah, so I didn't really read a lot of comments. I try not to read the comments, SB, as a general rule, because I'm not a big social media person.
Yeah, I read them. I don't care.
Yeah, and also the context of it and why, and if you watch the entire argument, well, not argument, it wasn't an argument, the entire clip from the Friday show, I kept saying the delineator is impact on NBA culture.
Not who's the better player.
Not who's the better player, not who had the impact on the culture. The specific was the NBA culture. That was the question that was asked on the Dan Patrick show. That's why we brought it here, because we thought it would be an interesting back and forth, right? Yeah. And again, the fact that these are two of the guys that you talk about when you talk about culture and NBA culture, it's not surprising these two guys came up.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, and again, as I said the other night, I don't think there's a right or a wrong answer. I think it's just a matter of preference to what you believe NBA culture is and what the elements of NBA culture is and and who you think brought the most to those things. That's it.
I don't think it was that hard. But like I said, I like when people talk back to me. It's funny to me. I don't care. Yeah. But yeah, you can't get mad at me because I feel that what AI did was more cultural than Jordan, because I just feel like Jordan just brought the mics and he was great. And what everybody was still arguing in the comments was, look at the finals views, look at this. I'm like, everything y'all still saying, proving my point. Because there were some people who agreed with me in the comments, like, yeah, that's understandable. I'm seeing what you're saying. Because even my cousin called me like, no, you tripping. AI break. I'm saying, bro, I'm like, all right, look. He's like, I ain't kind of called to argue. I'm like, oh, we arguing because we have a debate, same way we have a conversation. I said, I want you to go back and sit and think, take away the shoes and that he was the GOAT in basketball, how great he was, and tell me some culture that Jordan brought. You know what he did? He called me back, but he sent me a video from Instagram where Allen Iverson would get his hair braided on the sideline by his mom. He said, maybe, I don't know, maybe you might be kind of right. I'm like, yeah, because I'm like, culture, y'all just hear culture because I'm like, okay, Sean, this is my thing. Mike can't be the best at everything. Like, golly, just because Mike the GOAT, that is sometimes a problem with MJ fans and MJ lovers. They just crown Mike the greatest at everything. Like, we just argue anything. All right, who you think the best NBA card player was? Which was kind of okay. I'm gonna take that one back. that was a bad example. That was a bad example.
Right.
They'd be like, man, who's the best shooter in the clutch? MJ. Oh, who's the best three-point shooter? MJ. Oh, if you get MJ this, then he'll do this. Oh, who's the greatest? Anything that comes to basketball, great. Everybody just say MJ. MJ ain't the greatest at everything at all. Even if you have him as a GOAT, Jordan fans, you got to understand that. MJ is great, but he can't be the greatest at everything when it comes to basketball. Just because you are anointed as the best player to ever do it, don't mean you're the best player at every specific thing that comes with basketball. In certain categories, there are people better than him. Like Mutombo better than him in blocks. LeBron James better at him than passing the ball. It comes to Allen Iverson, for me, better as a cultural player. I think he did more for the culture. Because some people even get mad. And even thought he was in a video saying that he hate that Iverson pretty much gave people freedom what they want to do because now they treat it like a runway show. But it's social media era. That's a lot of things. Sometimes it's life. Like You give people an inch, they take a mile. So it just comes with it. Like players not playing the games because they're getting paid so much money now, they don't want to play. New medicine, new advancements. Now they don't. Now they sit down. Now the doctors even tell them. So it's a give and take. It comes with it. So that's just me, Sean. Next on to the next. While we're watching the Bulls game, Kings is the perfect place for Zach LaVine. Not the Lakers. Sorry, Lakers fans. But if any team wants Zach LaVine, you will have to pay the price. And this is why, Sean. Zach LaVine is on a contract. The Bulls do not have to trade him this year. The Bulls can play hardball with Zach LaVine and say, hey, if y'all don't give us the exact price that we want, we can wait till the offseason. Zach, you sit here. We just signed you to this max contract. You're going to sit here. You're going to chill, and we're going to wait till we get the offer we want. Don't get me wrong. Don't overplay your hand, but we don't have to rush. But that's why everybody try to put these Gabe Vincent, Rui, D-Lo in a package and say, take it for Zach LaVine. We ain't no rush. It ain't like he's going to be a free agent. We're not doing that. So sorry, Lakers fans. Y'all not getting them. Y'all don't have the price to get them. Or you better add 2 or 3 more teams to give us what we want to get him. Because maybe if y'all had a lot of y'all picks, we might take a D-Lo or a Rui or, a Gabe Vincent with 2 or 3 picks, because now we'll take the trash and the contract that you want, but we really just want those picks. So it doesn't work like that. Now, my point for the Kings. I think the Kings is a perfect place for Zach LaVine, Sean, because I think that's the last piece of what they missing. And this one comes with the fact that, you got to pay that price. Now, me in the dream scenario, I would love to have Keegan Murray, but they didn't even give Keegan Murray up in the Bradley Beal deal. So it'll be even tougher for them to probably give up for Zach. They're going to want to keep a couple pieces. I just feel that, one, that'll be our young star, and 2, I think having Zach LaVine on that team will stunt his growth a little bit. And I think he's going to end up turning into a 3-and-D guy, but if he actually was on his own team, I think he could really develop his game and be an all-star within the next 2 or 3 years. But in reality, you go get a Davion Mitchell, like a Chris Durant, probably got to throw Harrison Barnes for the contract in there, and probably another guy and a couple picks. Now they got their 3rd star. Now you can really see them make a run because the Kings are close, and they look real good with De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis. But another good scorer next to them would be really great for me. What you think about it?
No, I agree. And again, what I always tell people when you talk about trades or potential deals, it's not just everybody looks at the players, right? It's not about the players exclusively. You are not moving players, you're moving contracts, right? This is why it's not easy to pull off a lot of these trades, because it's about moving contracts, right? And the Kings are a great example. When the Kings made the deal to get Sabonis and they gave up Halliburton, everybody said, why are they giving up Halliburton? Why are they giving up Halliburton? They were giving up Halliburton in part because they wanted to get rid of the Buddy Hield contract. Right? So to sweeten the deal for Indiana, you add Tyrese Halliburton, who was on a rookie deal at the time. He's got his max extension just this offseason.
Oh, it's coming up, one of the two.
I think he actually did sign the max extension this past offseason.
Well deserved.
Right. It's about the contract, right? A lot of times when you do these deals, when you sign these contracts, when these guys sign contracts, they understand, unless they have a no trade clause deal, or they have a trade kicker in their contract, which again, that's a big part of contracts and why some contracts are not easy to move. That's what it's about. So it's about which teams can put together not just the best package of players, but the best package of contracts and that align with what the Bulls are looking for potentially in a Zach LaVine deal. Because again, SB, to your point, the Bulls, including this season, have Zach LaVine under contract for 4 years.
Yep.
Right.
There's no rush to trade him.
There's no rush to trade him. This is not an Anthony Davis, New Orleans Pelicans situation, right? This is, you're under contract. We're not necessarily dying to move you, but we will listen to offers for you. And it's got to be the right offer for us.
Yep.
Right? Okay. I'll give you another example where it's a little different. The Clippers a few years ago, and I say a few years ago, now it's probably about 7 years ago, wanted to move off of Blake Griffin's contract. That was why they traded Blake Griffin to Detroit. They wanted to move that contract. They like the player. They wanted to move the deal. They wanted to move the contract.
Still dirty for what they did to the Blake. They signed that man.
Right, yeah. But again,
they traded them a year later. They dirty.
Right, but again, your protection. Your protection is often either A, having a no trade clause, or B, having trade kickers in your contract, which make it, if you get traded and it kicks, and you have a 15% trade kicker, for example, the acquiring team may not want to take on that kicker. Right. So so you get paid more. So that's why, how these contracts are structured matters and how these deals are ultimately done. Yeah. And that's what people really have to understand better.
Yeah, and I agree too with that, because sometimes, like you said, people just put these trades together. We got the trade machine on here. Everybody want to play GM. I'll be telling people all the time, it's not NBA 2K. It's not. You're not gonna put some trash together. Then you got to worry about making the money match, because that's what people think. Like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna put that. That's like as soon as I heard Zach was like available to trade, Lakers fans think they could get everybody. Lakers fans think, oh yeah, we can get anybody. And I was like, hey, Vincent, D'Lo, and Torian Prince for Zach LaVine. I'm like, why would they do that? And I'm like, then the money don't even match. I'm like, bro, y'all just putting anything together and just hoping it works out. Because I think, like you said, the contract and the contract money, that matters one. And then the length of the contract matters even more, because, like you said, the Bulls not in no rush. Now, if it's DeMar DeRozan and he was like Zach LaVine's in the DeMar DeRozan situation, now we in a trouble, because we don't want to lose him for nothing. His contract is almost up. Why you everybody look at how James Harden forced his way to the Clippers? You know how he did that? His contract is up. So now I can just play the role where, okay, if you trade for me, when James Harden case, he is not going to show up. But if you trade for me, I will come play for you, but I will leave. We just seen it happen. And we just seen it happen work successfully too. Like Kawhi Leonard. He went to the Raptors, didn't want to be there, but he won and then he left. Now it's like, do you take that chance? For a championship, I would. But if Zach, I don't know if DeMar DeRozan is going to make a championship team overnight. It depends on what you give up. So we have to see. On to the next story. Sean, it might be a new dynamic duo in the league. SGA and Chad Holmgren. They put up 76 points together to win in overtime versus the Dub. It's a viral clip of SGA crossing Steph Curry up, making him look crazy. Then we got Chad Holmgren hitting a KD-style turnaround fadeaway three for the win. I don't know if you call it 80 Thunder games this year, but if you did, what do you think about this young duo? And this is another team for me that could be a sneaker to get Zach LaVine too. For me, I think if they keep pushing and showing they great, another score wouldn't hurt. And I don't really think you can really give up too much. You probably give it like Jalen Duran, might have to cost you Josh Giddey, and then maybe like the J Dub kid, the big center J Dub. I think I'll do it if I'm Thunder, because you got over 30-some picks. You could give up some picks and be fine, honestly.
Well, I mean, Sam Presti, who's the Thunder's GM, who's obviously one of the better GMs in the league in terms of knowing how to acquire assets. I don't see him making a move for Zach LaVine unless he feels like that's going to put the Thunder in championship contention. I don't think that's what the Thunder want to be right now. I think what the Thunder want to be is they want to develop young players. And then, okay, in a couple of years, and maybe in a year or two, say, okay, you know what? We've developed these young guys, but we think we can make a move by packaging some of these young guys and some of our assets to go out and get someone to bring in. We think, okay, this person, in addition to what we currently have, puts us in that championship window. But no, I mean, listen, this is what it's about, right? They made a smart move. Basically getting SGA in the Paul George trade.
Smart move.
And then they've acquired so many picks, in the next few drafts.
They can probably get anybody. They can probably get anybody.
Be in this position where, if they hit on 50% of their picks, they're good. That's how much room they have for error.
Yeah.
So, but that said, obviously everybody knew Chet, thought Chet had a great deal of talent. It's too bad he missed his rookie year last year with the injury. But he's showing why he was the second pick of the draft. I don't know if he'll end up being the best player in that draft. That remains to be seen. But you can certainly see, why they were so excited, to get him and to add him to that young core they're building in Oklahoma City.
I agree. We're going to have to wait and see what they do. I think they're probably waiting to see if Chad become an all-star, which how he's looking. He could definitely be an all-star caliber player. We're going to see. Sean, this story hit me last minute before we're getting ready for the show. And I'm rocking with this. Shaq is open to co-owning a potential Las Vegas expansion team with LeBron James. Do you understand? First of all, Vegas is the hot spot for sports right now when it comes to bringing sport. That's why the NCAA tournament finals is going to be in Vegas. The Aces balling out, and you see a lot of people complain about the WNBA not getting no support. The Vegas support the Aces crazy. They parade, they championship parade looks like a parade.
Yeah.
Because you all I ask you guys, I know a lot of people don't care about the WNBA like that. It's good when you get the chance to watch it. It's great. But go compare the Chicago Sky Championship Parade and go look at any Las Vegas Ace Parade. You're gonna notice a vast difference. Then you got the Golden Knights there. They support the Golden Knights crazy. Then you got the Raiders there. LA, they travel, they ain't that far, but the Raiders getting more fans in Vegas now too, which is crazy, man. The Raiders are a cheat code when it comes to fan base because they really still a LA team. Honestly, they still LA. If the Raiders play the Rams or the Chargers of LA, you'll see more black jerseys there than anything. Then they got the Oakland fan base. Now they got the Vegas fan base. They cheating, bro.
And they got a worldwide fan base because their fan base goes all the way back to the 70s, to be real.
Yeah.
So they got a huge fan base.
Raider
Nation is real.
Raider Nation is real. That's why they trash, because they always, I'm a hater, so what? But back to the point of, because it's a lot of guys in the NBA who can't do this. Made a lot of money. They made a lot of money, but they ain't got enough money to be an owner. Shaq, LeBron, and like Jordan, Magic.
That's about it.
That's probably about it. I'm trying to think who else like a billionaire. I know that one player that he was one of the first guy to franchise Wendy's, but I don't think he cared about basketball no more. I forgot his name. I know you probably know his name off top, but I don't remember his name. It's it's an old school guy. He was one of the first guy to franchise Wendy's, and he done quadruple his money that you ever made in the NBA. But for what people know, it's just Shaq and LeBron. But what you think about this though, Sean?
So I mean, it'd be interesting. They can put together a group that can put together a competitive bid for that Vegas expansion team, because that's really what it comes down to. What kind of bid they can put together, what kind of group they can put together.
Yeah.
It's rarely one guy. I mean, Steve Ballmer's one guy. Steve Ballmer's
different though. He got the bag.
Yeah. And even like the Warriors are co-owned by Joe Lacob and Peter Guber, who are loaded. Together they're worth like $23 billion or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. So it's, can Shaq and LeBron put together the right group of guys to do it? Jordan just, obviously sold the majority stake he had in the Hornets. I think part of that is that, he just wanted, his freedom again. But also, maybe he is going to look at another opportunity for NBA ownership. Personally, this is just my belief. Personally, I think if Jordan wanted to own an NBA team again, it would be in the town. It's not going to be anywhere but the town.
Wait, what's the town?
I'm sorry, in Chicago.
That ain't gonna happen.
I
won't mind having two basketball teams. Give me another team to cheer for.
No. But I mean, listen, he and Reinsdorf have a pretty good relationship. So, if Reinsdorf were ever interested in selling the Bulls, I think his first call would be to Michael. And could you imagine the excitement of Michael Jordan owning the Chicago Bulls?
I'm not excited about that.
I don't know why. It's a bigger market. It's a bigger market. He can do more. He could do more with that market. potentially. So I'm just saying.
Sean, Jordan is the GOAT of basketball.
No.
But he is the Kwame. I ain't gonna eat this Kwame.
No, you're talking
He's
about him
the Kwame Brown of owning a team. Terrible. Trash.
Well, again,
trash. Anthony Bennett of owning the team. He's like GOAT.
But let's be real. Let's be real. Outside of 2011, what has Reinsdorf done all that much better than Jordan the last 20 years?
I mean, we bad too, but Jordan is terrible.
Yeah,
location. So you think if Jordan was in a bigger location, he could do a better job?
I'm saying I think if he were in a bigger market, in a market where he's not trying to build a brand, because that's to me the biggest issue in Charlotte is that he was trying to rebuild that Hornets brand. Because when he bought the team, it was the Bobcats. And then they tried to rebrand to the Hornets because they wanted to recapture, that love that was there in the 90s before George Shen, took the team to New Orleans and ended up selling the team. So, you know what I mean? So I think that's it. I'm not saying it's a slam dunk, no pun intended, but the point is that it would be interesting. Now, back to your original question about Shaq and LeBron co-owning the team. I think it can work, but again, it all comes down to what group they put together and how they build their front office and how you build your organization. That's what really matters, how you build your organization. So it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah. Now, he's talking about Sky Daddy protected. Somebody protected him, man. Nobody protected Mike. But all I know is that as soon as Shaq and LeBron on the team, don't be surprised if Bronny, Bryce, and Sharif all on the team. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, no.
Bronny gonna definitely have a roster spot. Bronny, it'd be crazy if they do it quick enough, but I think LeBron might be gone by the time they really officially do it. But I'm saying, could LeBron be the first owner player? But by that time, I think he's gonna be done.
Yeah,
done for sure. But I would actually like to see it done. And one thing I would want to see before we get to the NFL recap, I want to see if LeBron will make moves like how he wanted when he was running teams for a championship. When he traded all that capital,
I can promise you.
Trade the house, LeBron, for the ring.
LeBron will be so pragmatic in that role because it's easy, again, like you said, it's easy to play 2K when it ain't your money and you know what I mean, they ain't your assets. So
LeBron probably cheap too, so he probably ain't gonna get nobody no max contract. Oh, Bronny, son, you want a new contract? That's crazy. Go ahead, we gonna give you this deal right here. Yeah. we gonna give you this team friendly deal right here. Look out for your pops right here. You know, Bron ain't spending no money. But Sean, it is the time of the show for the NFL recap. I know you said before the show you think I actually might have got you this week. I think we looking good, man. We looking good on the picks, and we need a dub. We're gonna see if not, we got a game in play tonight. The Eagles versus the Chiefs. What's the score in that game right now? I know you watching it.
7-7, midway through the second quarter.
All right. So what happened during our picks?
All right. So Steelers at Browns. I took the Browns. You had the Steelers. Browns won, obviously.
So did me. And I wanted to pick the Browns.
Yeah.
You see Myles Garrett pick up their helmet too? They had to stop him.
Yeah. Bears at Lions. Lions obviously won. Had to come back to win, but they did win.
I didn't pick the Bears, right?
No, we both picked the Lions.
Okay, cool. Don't scare me like that.
All right. Chargers at Packers. Chargers sold. We just talked about that. Not gonna go into that. Raiders at Dolphins. We both took the Dolphins. Raiders were very competitive in that game.
It was.
But that said, just not enough for the Dolphins. Giants at Commanders. Commanders sold. Yeah, I think Ron Rivera is done there. I think he's absolutely done.
Yeah, he's out of there.
Yeah, we both took the commies. Cowboys and Panthers.
Commanders.
Cowboys obviously won. Titans and Jaguars. Jaguars smacked them. A big game for Trevor Lawrence yesterday. Cardinals and Texans. Again, Cardinals only got 2 wins, but the Cardinals are competing. They are absolutely competing. No, man. I picked the Browns. SB picked the Steelers.
I picked the Steelers.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, Texas won. Bucks hit the vote.
I'm about to check it out, MC.
Yeah.
But go ahead, what you say?
No problem. 49ers won. Jets at Bills. Bills smacked the Jets. Obviously,
yes, they did.
Seahawks at Rams. I took the Seahawks. You took the Rams. Rams won on the last second field goal.
So what is one? What is one for me?
Yeah, Vikings at Broncos. You took the Broncos. I took the Vikings. Broncos won on the last second touchdown. You were up one game, and then obviously tonight we have tonight's game. So if the Chiefs win, you win this week. If the Eagles win, we tie this week. So that is basically it. So yeah.
Yeah, that is the recap on that. MC Roberts said the FYL things that I'm looking at it right now. I mean, solid. It's cool. I'm gonna have to talk about that another time. But yeah, that is the show. I'm gonna watch this second half of this Bulls game. Yeah, Sean, what you got to close out, man?
Hey man, listen, I know it's Turkey Day this week, man. Y'all have a safe Turkey Day. Enjoy the games on Thursday. Should be 3 pretty good games. The night game might be the best game. San Fran at Seattle. Yeah, definitely look forward to that this week. And yeah, y'all be safe. Just real quick, SB, 2 things. Number one, what's your gotta have on Thanksgiving? What food you gotta have?
What's the crazy part about it is my auntie be in her bag, so she cook a little different. So I ain't gonna give you like the traditional one thing for sure. I give you one traditional, one from my household. My auntie make roster pasta all the time. I gotta get my auntie roster pasta. Fire. But if I had to pick one thing that's in a Thanksgiving way of style, gotta be my auntie mac and cheese too. Gotta get the mac and cheese. What about you? What you gotta go for?
I gotta have the collard greens, man.
The collard greens.
I make them, but I gotta have the collard greens.
I gotta have the collard greens from Granny on me.
Yeah, and some dressing. That's like my 2 big things. Some dressing and collard greens. Yeah. So
you gonna get it right. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I like I think my grandma sometimes she make like a prime rib too on Thanksgiving too. Be on point too.
Yeah. I made the macaroni and cheese too. Yeah, macaroni and cheese be fire. So yeah.
I'll be on the grill. I'll probably flip a little. So it depends on what's going on. I might get, but it ain't nothing really put on the grill for Thanksgiving. So I'm out the kitchen with this one.
Yeah, no, I spoke with turkey, so that's technically.
Oh, you spoke. Oh yeah. Oh, you get right then. Man, send me a turkey leg in the mail, so man.
Yeah, and real quick, this episode 32.
Oh yeah, we're gonna ask you.
Yeah, your favorite athlete.
Come on, you know the answer to that question. Who my mama named me after?
Oh yeah, I mean, I know
the Diesel. The Diesel. That was the Diesel. It got to be Shaq Diesel.
Yeah.
I have no choice but to pick Shaq. I'm biased. So I literally just got over my biasness of Shaq, and I took Shaquille down my top 5 for dunking. But yeah, it's got to be Shaq for me. Who you got?
Magic.
Magic. I respect Magic.
Yeah, Magic. But my other person and the person again, I know. He's known for other things now more than ever.
Oh God,
is OJ Simpson.
All right,
OJ Simpson.
And this is the time of the show where we get canceled.
No. I'm not talking about the running back.
I mean, it's the same guy.
It's the same guy. Hey, listen, that man ran for over 11,000 yards on a terrible Buffalo team, and the only person that had 2,000 yards in 14 games. Nobody has ever done that.
Nobody never gonna do that again. No.
And I don't see anybody doing that again.
Yeah. So, and then see, people don't really talk about it too. They kind of like erase it.
Yeah.
From when they bring up like running backs doing stuff crazy, because anytime somebody have a heavy yardage, I would think that'd probably be like the first thing they bring up. Like, would he catch that? But he can't. Yeah. The juice. But man, appreciate you guys. Another great show, Sean. See you guys on Friday, possibly. We'll see.
Yeah.
I think you're good for Friday, right?
Yeah, Friday.
Yeah, Friday. I think it's after. Wait, I'm tripping. Thanksgiving Thursday.
Yeah.
Friday. Okay, cool. All right, go. Yeah, see you guys Friday, and we are out of here. Wait. Oh. There it goes. We are.